Hare Krishna, welcome to Sunday program. Hope you all fine and safe. Yesterday we had a great Vyas Puja Mahotsav of His Holiness Jai Patak Swami Maharaj. Now today, let's get into today's program. And today's program is as follows. First, we'll glorify Srila Prabhupada by doing Srila Prabhupada Aarti. Satchidanand Prabhu is doing the Aarti and Damodar Prabhu is singing. And then we'll watch a small video of Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Then there's bhajan, kirtans, Satchidanand Prabhu is singing, and Mrs. Roy, Anil Prabhu. Then after that, Jai Radha Madhav by Madhura Sita Mataji, and Haridas Prabhu is giving class today. Then again, Patita Pawan Prabhu, they're doing Gaura Aarti. Then Narsingadev prayers by Pushpa Mataji, and then announcements. That's the today's program. Now we'll go to the temple. We'll request Satchidanand Prabhu to do the Aarti and Damodar Prabhu to sing the glorification of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Sri Guru चाहे ओम श्रीपाद परम परिपाल मुक्त समझी भाई इस्कॉन फाउंडर चाहे जगत गुरु स्वरूपाद की जय इस विभिन्न विद्वान जगत गुरु स्वरूपाद की जय इस्कॉन गुरु गुण की जय सप्त गुरु गुण की जय घोर प्रेमानंद हरि बोल ऑल गुरु समोडी हरे कृष्णा ऑल गुरु समोडी हरे कृष्णा ऑल गुरु समोडी हरे कृष्णा ऑल गुरु गुरु एंड गौरांगा
Thank you, Damodar Prabhu, for singing Prabhupada Aarti and Sachinandan Prabhu for doing the Prabhupada Aarti. Now, let's watch a small video of Prabhupada. Let's honor Prabhupada by listening his instructions.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam.
Translation. Have you not taken care of old men and boys who deserve to dine with you? Have you left them and taken your meals alone? Have you committed some unpardonable mistake which is considered to be abominable?
So, have you not taken care of old men and boys who deserve to dine in this? So, this is Vedic culture. When there is food stuff to be distributed, the first preference is given to the children. We remember, even now we are 78, when we were children, say 4 or 5 years old, we remember, some of you have seen that Mallik's Thakurwadi. Anyone? Here you have seen. So, the first feasting is for children. So sometimes I was a little obstinate. I will not sit down. No, I will take with you. Well, but that was the system. First of all, children should be sumptuously fed. Then the Brahmins, and children and old men. In the family, the children and old men, let's see Maharaj Yudhishthira, how much he was anxious to take care of Dhritarashtra. Although he played the part of an enemy throughout, still it is the duty of the family member to take care of the old. When Dhritarashtra left home after being abused by his younger brother Vidura, my dear brother, you are still attached to family life, you have no sin. You are taking food from whom you considered your enemies, you wanted to kill them from the very beginning. You set fire in their home, you banished them in the forest, you intrigued against their life, and now everything is finished. All your sons, grandsons and son-in-laws and brothers and everything, yes. Father, uncle, I meant to say Bhishma was his uncle. So all family, and in the battlefields of Kurukshetra, everyone was killed except these 5 brothers. Yudhishthira, me, Arjuna, Nakul. All men members were killed. So, only the remaining descendant was Maharaj Parikshit. He was within the womb of his mother. His father died. Arjun's son, Abhimanyu, he was 16 years old. Fortunately, his wife was pregnant. Otherwise, the Kuru dynasty was finished. So, he rebuked that still you are sitting here just for a morsel of food like dog. You have no shame, my dear brother. So he took it very seriously. Yes. Yes, my dear brother. You are saying all right. So what do you want me to do? He immediately come out. Immediately come out. Let us go to the forest. So he agreed. He went there. The Maharaj Yudhishthir used to come first of all in the morning after taking bath, after worshipping. The first duty was to go and see the old man. My dear uncle, you are all comfortable, everything is all right. I'll talk for some time, just to please. This is the duty of family members. Take care of the children, take care of old men, take care of a lizard in the house, a serpent in the house. This is the injunction we find in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Grihastha, how much responsible he is. That it is said, even there is a serpent, nobody wants to take care of serpent. Everyone wants to kill. And nobody is sorry to kill a serpent. Prahlad Maharaj said that Mode to sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatya. He said that my father was just like a serpent, a vrishchik, scorpion. So killing of a serpent or scorpion, nobody is unhappy. So, my Lord, you don't be angry. Now everything is finished. My father is finished. So, that was. But still, in the Shastra says that even in your house there is a serpent, see that he is not fasting without food. This is the spiritual communism. They are now after communism, but they do not know what is communism. Everyone should be taken care of. That is communism, real communism. Nobody should starve. Nobody should have any want in the state. That is communism.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In this video, Prabhupada was explaining what is the Gruhastha duties. We should feast our children first, then Brahmanas, and then old men. So our duty of the whole family is to look after the old, even in the lizards and scorpions in the house. So that is the communism. That's what Prabhupada was saying. Now we'll go to temple. Sachidanand Prabhu is going to sing a bhajan. By Krishna's mercy, we get Guru. By Guru's mercy, we get Krishna. We glorified Srila Prabhupada. Now let's glorify Krishna and Gauranga by Kirtans and Bhajan. If Sachidanand Prabhu is ready, we'll go to temple.
Radha Krishna Prano Mor Jugala Kishore. Radha Krishna Prano Mor Jugala Kishore. Jivane Marane Goti Aranahi Mo বসা মধুজন রতন বেদীর বসা মধুজন রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর শ্যাম গৌরী অঙ্গে দিব চন্দনের গন্ধ শ্যাম গৌরী অঙ্গে দিব চন্দনের গন্ধ চামরা ঝুলাব কবে ফেরিব মুখ চন্দ্র চামরা ঝুলাব কবে ফেরিব মুখ চন্দ্র গাথিয়া মালতীর মালা দিব দোহার গলে গাথিয়া মালতীর মালা দিব দোহার গলে অধর তুলিয়া দিব কর্পূর তাম্বুলে অধরে তুলিয়া দিব কর্পূর তাম্বুলে রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর ললিতা বিশাখায়াদি যত সখী বৃন্দ ললিতা বিশাখায়াদি যত সখী বৃন্দ আজ্ঞায় করিব সেবা চরণারবিন্দ আজ্ঞায় করিব সেবা চরণারবিন্দ শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু দাসের অনুদান শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু দাসের অনুদান সেবায় বিলাস করে নরতম দান সেবায় বিলাস করে নরতম দান রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর জীবনে মহানে গতি আর নাই মোর জীবনে মরণে গতি আর নাই মোর রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর রাধা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর
Jai. Thank you very much, Satchidanand Prabhu, for singing lovely bhajan. This bhajan was written by Narottam Das Thakur. And the translation is, the divine couple, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, are my life and soul. In life or death, I have no other refuge but them. In a forest of small kadamba trees on the bank of the Yamuna, I will seat the divine couple on a throne made of brilliant jewels. I will anoint their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste scented with kuya, and I will fan them with a chamara whisk. Oh, when will I behold their moon-like faces? After stringing together garlands of malati flowers, I will place them around their necks, and I will offer tambula scented with camphor to their lotus mouths. With the permission of all the Sakis, headed by Lalita and Vishaka, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Narottam Dasa, the servant of servants of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, longs for this service to the divine couple. Jai. Now we'll go to Mrs. Roy Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. We can't hear you, Mataji. Mrs. Roy Mataji.
Hello.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare.
Mataji, we can't hear you properly.
Krishna. Hello.
Ha, Mataji. Mataji. Yes, Mataji. If you can start glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hello.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please start glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay. Start it. Okay.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Takure lore marne purka amar takure lore shunarne purpa রুনুর জুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে সোনার নেপুর পায় রুনুর জুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় ঠাকুর এলেন পুষ্পরতে সেজে নারায়ণ ঠাকুর এলেন পুষ্পরতে সেজে নারায়ণ আমার হৃদের মাঝে পেতে রেখেছি হৃদের মাঝে পেতে রেখেছি সোনার সিংহাসন আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে সোনার নেপুর পায় রুনুর জুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় ঠাকুর এলেন পুষ্পরেতে সেজে নারায়ণ ঠাকুর এলেন পুষ্পরেতে সেজে নারায়ণ আমার হৃদের মাঝে পেতে রেখেছি হৃদের মাঝে পেতে রেখেছি সোনার সিংহাসন আমার ঠাকুর আইলো রে ঠাকুর আমার মাতা পিতা কুলের অবতার ঠাকুর আমার মাতা পিতা কুলের অবতার নাম করো যজ্ঞ করো চরণ করো নাম করো যজ্ঞ করো চরণ করো সার আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে সোনার নেপুর পায় জুনুর জুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় ঠাকুর আমার জ্ঞানের ঘরি অকুলের কান্নারি ঠাকুর অকুলের কান্নারি ঠাকুর আমার জ্ঞানের ঘরি অকুলের কান্নারি ঠাকুর অকুলের কান্নারি ঠাকুর আমার জ্ঞানের ছবি আছেন শ্রী হরি ঠাকুর আমার জ্ঞানের ছবি আছেন শ্রী হরি আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে সোনার নেপুপা ঝুনুর ঝুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় হরে কৃষ্ণা 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণা 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে আমার ঠাকুর এলো রে সোনারে নেপুর ঝুনুর ঝুনুর শব্দ শোনা যায় হরি বল হরি বল
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much for singing nice bhajan Mataji. And there are few comments. Anil Prabhu said very nice bhajan Mataji and Pujari ji, and Rita Mataji said Hari Bol, very sweet kids and Mrs. Roy, wonderful. Thank you very much for singing.
Thank you Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, and the meaning is Amara Thakur Elorai. That means my Lord has come. My Lord has come. I can hear the sound of his silver anklets. My Lord has come. My Lord came on a chariot made of flowers, dressed as Lord Narayana. He made a gold throne in my heart. My Lord has come. I can hear the sound of his silver anklets. My Lord has come. My Lord represents my mother and father and my previous generations. Sing his name, jap his name, and pray his feet. My Lord has come. I can hear the sound of his silver anklets. My Lord has come. My Lord holds all the wisdom and removes all my obstacles. My Lord has come. I can hear the sound of his silver anklets. My Lord has come. My Lord has come in the form of Sri Hari. My Lord has come. I can hear the sound of silver anklets. My Lord has come. Thank you very much, Mati, for singing nice bhajan. Hopefully, we'll hear the anklet sounds of Jagannath ji. Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to Anil Prabhu. Anil Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Anil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please start your bhajan.
Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. चोरी चोरी माखन खाए रे वो तो चोरों को वार को चोरी चोरी माखन खाए रे वो तो चोरों को वार को मैंने उससे पूछा नाम तेरा क्या है मैंने उससे पूछा नाम तेरा क्या है कृष्ण कन्हैया बताया रे वो तो चोरों को वार को कृष्ण कन्हैया बताया रे वो तो चोरों को वार को चोरी चोरी माखन खाए रे वो तो चोरों को वार को मैंने उससे पूछा माँ बाप तेरा कौन है मैंने उससे पूछा माँ बाप तेरा कौन है नंद यशोदा बताया रे वो तो चोरों को वार को नंद यशोदा बताया रे वो तो चोरों को वार को चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मैंने उससे पूछा कि खाऊं तेरा को क्या है, मैंने उससे पूछा कि खाऊं तेरा क्या है, वो कुल मथुरा बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। वो कुल मथुरा बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मैंने उससे पूछा खाना तेरा क्या है, मैंने उससे पूछा खाना तेरा क्या है, माखन और मिश्री बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। माखन और मिश्री बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मैंने उससे पूछा श्रृंगार तेरा क्या है, मैंने उससे पूछा श्रृंगार तेरा क्या है, मोतिया की माला बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मोतिया की माला बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मैंने उससे पूछा कि काम तेरा क्या है, मैंने उससे पूछा काम तेरा क्या है, क्या क्या है, वो क्या क्या है। गया चराना बताया गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। गया चराना बताया गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। मैंने उससे पूछा प्यारी तेरी कौन है, मैंने उससे पूछा प्यारी तेरी कौन है, राधा रानी जी बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। राधा रानी जी बताए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। चोरी चोरी माखन खाए गयो रे, वो तो चोरों को वार को। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा, जय सच्चिनंदन जय निताय चांद, सच्चिनंदन जय निताय चांद। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधे, जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर। कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। श्री सच्चिदानंद निताय चांद की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। राधा माधव की जय। देव भगवान की जय। प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरुदेव की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल।
Thank you, Anil Prabhu, for singing lovely bhajan. You are always loving and caring. You always you are the first one sends the birthday wishes and cards. I don't know how you remember everyone's birthdays. Thank you very much. And there are some comments in the chat box. Mrs. Roy saying, beautifully sung, Anil. And Rita Mati said, Jai Ho, Anil Prabhu. Thank you very much, Anil Prabhu. Now it's time for class. Today, His Grace Haridas Prabhu is giving class, and Madhura Sita Mataji is singing Jai Radha Madhav. So if Mother Sita Mata is ready, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please sing Jai Radha Madhava.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much for singing. Now I invite Haridas Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. First of all,
thank you very much.
Congratulations, you're doing wonderful emceeing. It's your second time. Last night was the first time. And Anurag immediately goes, I found an MC for Sunday. So give it a chance. And you know, this channel is all about empowering people and training them up. And I must say, you know, after yesterday's lovely program, it was really nice. You know, I enjoyed it. And we saw potential in all of you. So we're going to systematically include, like today's class, it won't be just me. I've included 2 other speakers, so that'll be a surprise. So we'll start the class now. And the topic is actually because of this COVID now, and in Bharat, the second wave is really, really bad. And so it's all about how to cope with this threat of the COVID. What does Bhagavad Gita sort of, what direction does it give how to cope with it? So I'll be referencing to 3 shlokas. First main one, and the other one will be the methodology, what Krishna said, what the method is. And the last one will be the result. you know how it is. So it's divided like that. So, okay, I'll start the class now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So last week, I believe it was last week, I did a talk to the Kalyan Mandir congregation, and we are systematically going through the Bhagavad Gita. They liked what we did at Gita Jayanti. So I did chapter 1. So chapter 2, I've divided into 3 parts. And the first part is, I mean, the whole thing is called Gita summarized in English. Otherwise, it's Sankhya Yoga. So it's in 3 parts. First one is, what are we identifying with? You know, is it this body or something else? Who is the self? Second one is, once you've identified the primary identity, who you are, then the secondary, what you have to do, then what should you do in that situation? And the third one is how to have fixed intelligence, sthit pragyasya, all the time. And how is that achieved? So today's Vishay, the subject, is actually how, you know, to remain calm in all situations. How is it possible? So there's many factors in there. So what I've done is looking at Bhagavad Gita, finding the verses from it. It wasn't that difficult because over the years we've become familiar. You know, knowing the shloka is one thing, applying it is another in your life. And, you know, sometimes we have like fingers on our hands and we don't know the value of it, we forget. But if you value it and suddenly you realize, oh my God, it's quite expensive. Similarly, these verses, they seem to be just Sanskrit, nicely written shlokas, and we memorize them. But when we come to apply in our life, we think of something differently. We don't look into the Shastras, and we should be follower of the Shastras. Srila Prabhupada translated every one of them and done the translation. So how to cope with the threat of COVID? What should be our consciousness? So I've got 3 verses. The first one is from chapter 2, text 70. This is part of 20 shlokas where Arjuna asks, Sthit pragyasya ka bhasha. So the heading is Sthit pragyas, the person with steady mind. Because our minds, they get disturbed very quickly, especially at the moment. I just had from Bharat, somebody said they've organized psychiatrist free of charge will talk to those who are feeling the threat of COVID and they can't cope with their normal life. So you can see the experts are now going in saying, rather than just the physical, the fear of COVID is bringing the level of life down. You know, people are becoming dysfunctional, full of fear. And that would lead to bad relationships, a whole lot of things. So Srila Prabhupada, you know, brought this Bhagavad Gita to the West and the whole world just in time, because as Kali Yuga progresses, we can see there's more and more disturbances, even though we have gadgets, comforts, income, whatever we have, but there's no security, you know, worldwide, not just in one country, all over. We have lost our independence to just go and do whatever we want to do. We have to think. We can't even breathe the fresh air. When we go out, we have to put a mask on. So you can see this is quite dangerous times. So we need to know what to do, how to calm the mind. You know, here in Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't say how to deal, well, I mean, how to cure the COVID-19. It's whatever danger, and they keep coming. These challenges keep coming. So I'll start off with this chapter 2, text 70. So if Pranava Prabhu can put that up on the screen so everybody can see it. While they're doing it, I'll read the Sanskrit. Apuryamanam achal pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti advad tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shanti mapnoti na kam kami. Translation: a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled, but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. So we'll read the purport. Although the vast ocean is always filled with water, it is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink, but is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one has the material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. A Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like the waters of the rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities, and he is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man. One who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present, because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He can remain steady like the ocean and therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are perfect. So they are in perfect peace. So there you are. What a wonderful verse this is. And it's much needed now. And we are wondering that we've been devotees for so long. You know, we've done Krishna conscious activities, but we still get disturbed. I mean, we get disturbed by several things. One of them is desires, different kind of desires. What should I eat? Or I like to watch this, or I like to meet so-and-so, or I love so-and-so. All these desires come up. And the other one is fear. Oh, what I have, I might lose. I might lose my job. I might lose my loved one. So there's fears, there's desires, and they disturb us. So when we are chanting, you know, are we really, really concentrating on the name of the Lord? Sometimes we are not able to. We're all the same. We are all in the same boat. And the word boat is there. So even the boat, how do you steady it? So what I'll do is I'll tell you a little story. I actually heard a devotee talk. He went to Sri Lanka. And when he went there, he met someone there. He's very good at scuba diving and diving into the ocean. And he heard an amazing story by this diver. He said, you know what? I once went in deep and stayed about 20 minutes or so in the deep side of the ocean. And after doing my business down there, whatever he was looking into, when he came out, he saw the whole beach devastated and dead bodies. And he looked around thinking, who did this? It was a tsunami. Because he was so deep, he didn't even realize the ocean has swelled up and actually destroyed the coastline, right from Indonesia away and Sri Lanka and other places. So that's amazing. We all remember that it was Christmas time, one Christmas time, I forget the year. And on the Boxing Day, we heard the news, tsunami has come and killed so many. And so here's an individual, he missed it. He was in the ocean, he was deep. So that story really got me, that we don't dive deep enough into our Krishna consciousness. We don't go deep into our Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Ramayana. We'll read it, but we won't connect with the message or the personalities. We won't remember them because we tend to read them and just forget the characters who are there. But if you go really deep into it, just like the tsunami, the diver missed it, you will actually not be affected. He wasn't affected because he was deep down. All the storms are happening on the surface at the top, like a storm in a teacup. So looking at that, you know, there's a little visual I'll give you. If there's a puddle, if there's a small puddle and there's a lot of rain and the rain actually comes, forms a little gutter or something, it'll flood the area and it'll disturb the puddle easily. So the puddle will be disturbed. Our thinking that we are this body is similar. We are small puddle. We don't know what to identify with. Majority of the people think they are the body. And in Bhagavad Gita, it goes, Dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara. There is the identity. Immediately Krishna told Arjun, why are you lamenting? You're not this body. He was waking Arjun up and us simultaneously. You know, we must realize, we must identify properly. It's not that we don't identify with the body, just realize that it is yantra arudani mayaya. It's an instrument. And we should look after it like we look after our car. So identify that this is an instrument. Now, who are you? Are you the mind? Are you the intelligence? Are you the ego? Are you the consciousness? Are you the soul? So that Sankhya philosophy comes in. You got to know it. Na jayate mriyate vakadachin. There's never a time when you were born or you'll die. You'll never die. So you can see when you identify with the soul, your consciousness is much bigger. But when you identify with the body only, you know it. The body has potency to die. Dehantra praptir. So we should have consciousness. If you're just material, you're going to suffer a lot. You got to rise above that. And that's why Bhagavad Gita is an amazing scripture. It goes straight to the point. Second chapter only. Arjun is disillusioned whether he should kill or not. Krishna is there and he sees him as the Supreme Lord. He knows him that he's a Supreme, but he hasn't seen his Virat form. So he turns to him saying, oh, we shouldn't fight. It's not worth it. This and the other. He was giving shiksha to Krishna. And Krishna just laughed and called him impotent. He wanted to wake him up, get his consciousness awoken. You know, Utishta Bharata. He said, get up and fight. Then he gave all sorts of options why he should do that. So our consciousness should become bigger like the ocean. And you might ask, well, how do I do that? You know, I look in the mirror, but I only see my body, my eyes, my hair, my, you know, whatever. And depends what time of the day you're looking at yourself, because there's different opinion about yourself in the day, how you're looking. So how do I realize, you know, and become big ocean like that? It's a wonderful question. And I'm going to bring upon another person who's going to speak the Sanskrit and then the English. Pranava Prabhu, if you're there in the wings, if you like to come out, and if you like to read, I think it's 9th chapter, 27th verse. So Pranava Prabhu, if you come on the screen.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, the screen.
Yes.
So 9th chapter, 27th verse, please.
9th chapter. Yat karosi yat asnasi yat johosi dadasi yat tat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva mat arpanam. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Prabhupada. Thus, this is the duty of everyone, to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together. And Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuff offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me, and that is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all the surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra round his beads, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Pranava Prabhu. So if you stay in view, now, I mean, in your life, this yad karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad johoshi, dadasi, yad, you know, whatever you do, whatever you know, eat. So what process does the Krishna consciousness do to fulfill what's being said in that verse?
So, as Prabhupada has recommended to us, Prabhu, we offer everything to Krishna. So Krishna is saying, whatever you eat, offer it to me. So we are offering it to him, and then accepting it. And then whatever the income we are earning, or whatever, we'll try to utilize it in the service of the Lord, and then maintaining the family, and while maintaining the family also, we are making sure they all become devotees. So I think that's how I think we are processing them, following them.
And you know, like you're the head pujari. So when a festival comes, what are your thoughts? Like a week beforehand and whatever. Is it about your job or kids or whatever? You share with everyone. How are you occupied?
Yeah. So when the festival comes, I mean, we'll have anxiety whether we will be able to serve the lordships and please his devotees in a way that it's been followed by the senior devotees. So we keep thinking about it, and Krishna gives us some intelligence to serve him in a better way. And our thoughts are always, as you mentioned, our thoughts are always there. So we will always be thinking, what should we put there? What should we do this? And whom should we engage? And where should we get all these things to decorate?
Yeah. And you know what? And then, like Prabhupada said, we shouldn't just do meditation, because if somebody has a path where they meditate for half an hour, 1 hour, that's limited to 1 hour. But in your case, the festival is coming. You know, do you tune in like COVID is happening in Bharat and over here, that where is your focus then?
Yeah, I mean, I think we forget everything else. Yeah, I think we forget everything while we have this festival, bro. Till the festival is there, our mood is there only. We don't think anything else. Even, I mean, even my parents are calling, or we have other stuff to do. Even at work, we have some meetings to carry on. We have to make sure that we don't get into that, right? Because that anybody shouldn't disturb us. So we have to make and inform everybody that, yeah.
So I
So
would say that's a form of meditation, isn't it? With your eyes open. With your eyes open and the mind
yes.
engaged.
Yeah, I think you are making me think that way now. I think that is what is happening. Yes, that is true. But you are making me realize that, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, but well, see that this is practical for me. I was thinking we just read the Bhagavad Gita and we can't relate to the big ocean. It's
Yeah.
because your consciousness about you. Now, if you didn't have a festival, you didn't have wasn't the head pujari, then you would be like, oh, Ram Navami in 3 days' time. Oh, there'll be an evening program. I'll just tune in. So how much little consciousness would be there about that? But because you took on a service, that expands the consciousness and the time. And you want a success to please the Lordship. That's the whole point. Otherwise, if you have small consciousness just about yourself, you have a little toast, you're satisfied. You know, you just do this, do that, whatever. See, now we put tilak on, we put kurta on, and everything is conscious that will be the view. People want to see examples. So, you know, we follow the code which our Guru Maharaj has trained. You can see our consciousness expands. Otherwise, it's limited because we're taking it easy. So then if the methodology is easy, then the result's going to be very small. And the point I'm making is, but when you get a, you know, big commitment like you have, then what happened? It actually expands. And then you keep going till you've achieved it. Now you tell me, once the festival is over and you've had compliments and everything like that, how do you feel the next day when you get up? Are you thinking about COVID? Are you thinking about work? Or what are you thinking about after a festival?
Yes, after festival, definitely, because we have been in that mood, no, Prabhu. So at least for 2-3 days, that focus still will be like that. But after 2 days, the consciousness will change. Those 2 days after the festival, the 2 days would be very, very satisfactory. Thing, because you feel, no, that happiness comes in your heart. So that was very satisfying.
So, but I could challenge you saying, but Prabhu, I mean, look at the world. We got locked down, you know, so many dying in India, so many dying in America, and this happening, that happening. And you got a smile on your face. What are you laughing at? Why are you happy? People will question that. How did you achieve it? By connecting with Krishna. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, I think because that side of the trouble we are not thinking, you know, our consciousness is focused on Lordship and serving Him. That's why our even there is there that we know that subconsciously we know that's happening, and it could affect our relatives, parents back in India. But because our focus and concentration is completely on the Lordship, we don't. Yeah, that doesn't come actively on our mind.
And why is that? Because you connected with the Lord's function. See, your small consciousness connected with the big consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada says, become Krishna conscious in a practical way, not just half an hour meditation and all that kind of thing. So I would just say that even when you're doing this thing, the festival is coming, would you have desire, or let me go out and eat pizza? Or I mean, anyway, but would you have those desires if they come in? What would you do? You'll ignore them. Even if the desire comes, you just ignore them.
Yes.
So really what Prabhupada has written in there, we thought Prabhupada is talking about somebody else. It must be some Rishi Muni who's like the ocean and, you know, the desire. But I experience desires and I do. It's only when we are not thinking of the service of the Lordship. But when you grab the, you know, the service and saying, I want to please the Lord and the devotees, see the consciousness changes because you're connecting the small consciousness with the big one, and you become stitra for that period. You know, not stay bhav, it's not always there, but I'm saying at least you in your we have so many festivals in a year, at least more than ever before, you were sthit pragyas, and your consciousness was like an ocean, and desires and fears and all that, they didn't disturb you. You actually stayed Krishna conscious.
Yes, bro. Yeah, definitely. When I was not able to serve, as you mentioned, it's only focused for that couple of hours, isn't it? Then the program is happening. Otherwise, you will be thinking throughout the, 1 or 2 weeks about how we are going to do decoration, and then obviously make it very. And one more thing, bro. What I see is I'm very bad with timing. The time management, but I don't know how things will fall in place when we do the decoration. Whether by the festival day everything fall in place, so that proves that Krishna's hand is always there and devotees definitely support.
All right, that's good. Can you once again read the English of the verse you read?
Yes, bros. So translation: whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sudarshan. So really, I just wanted somebody who is doing this already, but didn't realize we were doing it. So then we should have more service for the Lordship, even in the house and at the temple. Just realize we're following the Gita, and the result would be priyojana. What is the outcome of it? So I would say now, thank you for that. I'm going to call the third and see. It's the priyojana bit. Like, what do we get when our consciousness is like what we just read, that whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever austerities you do it for me, because that's austerity, isn't it? Fasting and being there at the temple, thinking all the time. So we are doing it, and we should be very confident we'll continue to do that. There is no any other path I have to look for. Bhagavad Gita is already saying it. So then now we'll go on to, so thank you very much, Pranava Prabhu. We didn't prepare that beforehand. I just wanted a spontaneous answer on there. And look at the smile you have. I wish I had that smile on me, because I had Pujari.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. I never realized that. That does, each and every word actually relates to to us what we are already doing. And thanks for making me realize that. I can relate to the sloka now.
Well, I'll just say something to you now. Satya, did she ever think she'll be an MC?
No, she doesn't know.
No. But we committed to her through some discussions and all that, and she showed a potential. So we are potentially all ready to be peer devotees, potentially. Because we haven't been given chance or training, then it stays, down. So we've got to bring it out. And so that's what we're doing. And congratulations to you, your Dharampatni, and communicating everybody like that. And there is hope that we'll keep on progressing like that. Thank you.
With your support and with your encouragement, we will always do.
Well, you're the successor, guys. Okay, so there you are. This was a demonstration how our head pujari, when a festival comes, he actually gets involved in working out how to do the decoration, and because so many people will be watching, and plus the Lordship should look beautiful. So now that is called abhidya. That's the process. So now I'll pick a shloka, which is priyojana, that when you do that, what is the result? So I would like to ask young Bhakta Alok to come on. Alok, Prabhu, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to ask you to read chapter 18, verse 65, that what is the result of doing what Krishna suggested. So if you can read it Sanskrit and then the translation.
Yes, Manmana Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mama Veshasi Satyam Te Pratijani Priyosime. And it's always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my dear friend.
So, yes, thank you, Alok Prabhu. Now, the thing is, Krishna says at the end, I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. And Krishna has Priyosi Me. He found Arjun very, very dear. So he's saying that others should also do that. Always think of him become his devotees, worship him, and offer homage onto him. So if you can put Alok on, please. Alok and me. So Alok, there you are. Do you want to be dear to Krishna? Do you want your friend to be Krishna?
Yeah, definitely. It's good. Always good to have the Lord on your side.
Like Arjun had. What is it? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partha Dhanadhara. And all this is at the end. So you would like Krishna to be your friend. And once you are connected with Krishna, how safe would you feel if you knew he had, like Arjun had Krishna with him? If you felt Krishna was there for you, how would you feel?
You're protected, because obviously they say that if Krishna is protecting you, nobody can kill you. That's
if he wants to kill you, nobody can save you. If he wants to save you, nobody can kill you. Yeah, very, very good. And you know what? If Krishna is there, this is a personal kind of question. Would you feel? I think I'll ask Krishna for a favor, or would that come in your mind, or will both desire and fears, you will not disturb Krishna with it?
I think you'll get overwhelmed because Lord Krishna's in front of you. You'd think of anything else except for Lord Krishna being in front of you, and you'll just pay obeisances because you wouldn't think you would ever meet him.
Yeah, actually, it is said in scriptures, when the Lord comes, the person who's taking darshan actually faint. Their senses can't contain it like that. But when we go to the temple, if you don't have the proper consciousness, we usually ask the Lord for this, that, and the other, or protect so and so. And so maybe I'm just coming around. If we had a consciousness that the deities are the Supreme Lord as well, we should feel the same way as if the Lord is standing there, wouldn't we, over the period? Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. When you get that, when you progress in your spiritual life, you'll get that feeling. But even if you know that that's the case, you still won't do that because you're not at that level yet.
Yeah, so we do pray to the Lord, and it is important. We should pray. Vandana is there. Pray for all those people who are suffering. But the priority here is, top of the list, is that I want to make Krishna my friend. Yes?
Yeah.
So that is being Krishna conscious like that. Well, thank you, Lord Prabhu, for taking part in this thing. I'm really, really pleased that you've actually memorized this shloka. I know it. When I used to take you to school, and I used to get you to chant the various verses like that. So I'm glad it came in handy. So thank you very much, Jai. Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll go back to so we got 10 minutes. Now, today we demonstrated that in Bhagavad Gita, it is said how to actually be composed. And how do you do that? You actually increase your consciousness from the self to the super self, which is the Supreme Lord. And it says the method is that whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever austerities you do, you actually do it for him, for Krishna. So that is your bhakti. And then at the end, Krishna says, Man mana bhavmad bhakto. Just think of me always, become my devotee, pay obeisances and worship him. And we're doing that as well. And you'll be very dear to me. So the Lord is saying that. And we have, that's how Prabhupada did. He made us, become friends of Krishna, become Krishna conscious. And we heard the story where a diver went in very deep. He missed the tsunami. And when he came out, he thought, well, what happened here? So similarly, we should go deep into our Krishna consciousness. And this birth, death, old age, and disease, it will come. It's to do with the body. Just, you can't rub that off. That's going to happen. So don't be surprised or shocked. But you should realize I'm a spiritual soul. I'm a spirit soul. And the Supreme Lord is in my heart. And as a deity form. And as Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the chanting, association of devotees. There's so many things which remind us of the Supreme Lord. The more you will connect with those elements of your devotion, you realize the 9 o'clock news or 10 o'clock news will be a news. Something is happening somewhere. And even if the danger comes on your doorstep, you will realize that if this is my time, the Lord will take me. Nobody can save me. But if this is not my time, I might suffer a little bit, but I'll come out of it like that. So I would say that, to our viewers, that please take the chanting of the holy name very seriously. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And enjoy life, even though the challenges are there. But don't be frivolous. You got to look after your body. You got to look after your mind and have your Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious. And shouldn't be just chasing sense gratification. The desire will come, but don't feed it. Don't feed it. Because how would you do that? If you're sitting idle, it'll take over. But when you have lots of things to do and you're associating with so many devotees, the desire would come and it'll go away. It'll be unaddressed like that. And otherwise, it's just like the mobile phones. When the bell rings, you immediately pick it up. Who is it? And you're waiting for some comments and everything. If they don't come, you're wondering, did they read it or not? These days, people check whether the message has been read or not. We are all tied up with this bell, ting, ting, and it's disturbing us. And we have to come away from these kind of desires and alerts in our life. Just realize, let me focus on Krishna. And once you become Krishna conscious, your consciousness will be huge like an ocean. And you'll be able to float other people as well with your consciousness. So whenever you'll associate, you're in an ocean, you'll be able to give the ocean to others as well. Make them Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada did. He was Krishna conscious, a pure devotee. He went around, empowered everyone. And we are seeing this empowerment that it's not just for the Indian subcontinent, globally, all over the world. And we are all blessed to be in this wonderful movement and having Srila Prabhupada as the captain of the ship and our Guru Maharaj also there. And he's engaging us on the deck, and we should regularly serve at home, at the temple, be connected, and that way you will not be disturbed at all. And what I'll do now is if there's any comments or questions, I can take them. This is a Zoom, I think, system. So I think people can come on and ask me questions or comments. Satya, you have any comments?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for enlightening us, Prabhuji, today. In my own family, my brother, my sister-in-law, even my mother, my father, they all affected with the COVID. When we speak with them, we're really disappointed and we are in a position we can't do anything for them.
Yes.
So how to deal with the situation when we are in a helpless position?
Yes, it's very, very important because similarly, we have relatives who are suffering. And you wouldn't believe it, in Vrindavan and other places. I got a call from one lady. I wasn't there at the Vrindavan program of Pundrikji for the 10th anniversary of his father passing away. And she rang me saying, Haridas, I didn't see you on the program. And I go, no, I'm all right. It's the COVID and everything. And she goes, oh, I was just wondering why you weren't there. And then I found out just yesterday that she passed away. She was only 60 and she's had the 2 vaccinations. And she was traveling around thinking she's protected. And then she got it, the fever wouldn't go away, and then she died. And so then I inquired from Goswamini-ji, and I said, what happened? And then she said, actually, loads of people are getting it. And said, could you please pray for them all? And I was thinking Goswamini-ji is asking us to pray, and we've been asking them to pray for, different personalities. So looks like if we are better off than the others, we should pray on their behalf and actually give them confidence. And I find in my own, like Premanji went through the experience, she never lost the faith in Krishna. But if you don't have it in the first place, it's hard to give you that faith when you're actually suffering. So that's why it's very important that we all become Krishna conscious, even before you are facing any dangers, anything like that. So when people come there, they help. If they want some financial help, you could do that. I mean, at the moment, they're trying to send oxygen cylinders from here. So there's an appeal by the manor saying, if you like to give, they need 160,000 pounds or something. Somebody will get the oxygen to the various people suffering like that. So then something like that, when you commit to it, you realize, well, at least I'm doing something about it. There's the prayers, but there's something physical doing that. Because if you don't do that, you take a lazy view like, oh, ho gaya, koi baat nahi. But when it's your own family, you don't say that. You pray very hard. And I've seen that in my situation. I actually said, I can't be a very good devotee, because if I was a good devotee, I would have said the prayer and the problem would have gone away. I said, but it hasn't happened. So there is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Maro bhi rakho bhi, jo ichha twara. What is this? Something das prati toa adhikara. That because I'm your das all the time, it's your adhikar, whether you save me or you do that. And we have to yield to that. Because at the end, as Alok Prabhu said, you know, that if somebody is going to kill you, but if Krishna is going to save you, he cannot kill you. But if Krishna is going to kill you, nobody can save him like that. So we don't give up. All you do is you keep trying on your best, and you encourage them saying, look, we are praying for you, please chant, and give them the Ekadashi results and, you know, whatever like that. You done your bit. And, you know, I have seen, like, look at your Guru Maharaj, what he went through, COVID as well. And what did you do? Did you just sit there? No, you were trying very hard that my Guru Maharaj, you know, should stay with us. And you prayed so hard. And it worked. It worked. But we do the same for others. And sometimes it doesn't happen. But sometimes it looks like it's a hopeless case. But you don't give up right till the end. And then it changes like that. I mean, Vidhu Prabhu's father was in hospital. You know, he fell and broke his hip or something like that. And then we all prayed. He got Bhagavatam recited in Vrindavan, and Nrsimha their prayers in Mayapur, all the usual thing we know. But in the end, he had to go. He went. And Vidhu Prabhu stayed Krishna conscious throughout. And so much so in the family, he was the one, he was able to, he said, the people are listening. The family is listening now. Otherwise, families don't listen. But they realized, here's an event that although we tried, he was in a hospital, he had everything, but time had come like that. So what you do is you don't feel guilty. You do your best and think, well, I can't be that good a devotee. I look up, you know, pray to the Lord, but it hasn't happened. But just remain focused on Krishna, saying Krishna's mercy. Sometimes there's a story. One person, when he was 50, he was very rich. So he actually said to, his time had come, but he told the Lord as well. And he spent a lot of money saying, give me extra 50 years. So they did, because he was rich. He gave all his money. So they gave him medical help and everything. But when he died at 50, he went to heaven after 50 years, went to heaven. And they said, you don't look happy. Why are you miserable? He goes, I should have come here 50 years ago. It's so nice here, you know. And sometimes we want to keep the people we attach to here, and they're suffering. And it's best actually sometimes when it's hopeless not to keep them because you're attached to them, just saying, Lord, I leave it to you, what you decide, and I'll be happy with that. Sometimes you got to let go like that, but you still continue to pray that, you know, they stay safe here, safe wherever they go, because life continues. We have to always remember we are eternal. You know, with the death of the body, the person is not going to die. So if they do leave from here, to make sure you do enough japa for them, and results, they actually go to Vaikunt or another place, but they become devotees like that. I would say our bet is we pray for them very seriously if it's critical. And you know what? The Lord will listen to the devotees. He does, always does. And that will make you stronger. It won't solve maybe the problem, because we don't know the future. You know, if you're Trikaldarshi, and even in Lord Ram's case, he's the Lord himself. And look what happened to Sita Mata. Ravan took him, and he could see it. It's all planned. But you got to go by what the arrangement is, because there's some sort of benefit in there, you know. So I would say do it like that. Continue to pray. And if there's some financial help you can give, you do that, and tell them, have medical, you know, help, oxygen or whatever is needed, read up on it. And that's what we did. We look for this solution, that solution. You don't give up. You shouldn't just pray and do nothing. I think we should do something. And in the end, the Lord will see it's like a sparrow. You know, when the ocean took we're talking about ocean, took the eggs, you know, the sparrow really threatened, said, look, I will, you know, drink you dry. And the ocean just laughed. But then Garuji turned up. He said, you're going to give the eggs or not? The ocean knew it. Garuji can take the whole ocean, you know, into his stomach. So gave this. So we must try like a sparrow, and then see how it is, and then stay stable afterwards and pray for them. That's the best guidance I can give. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's time now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. You always encourage us, and thank you for enlightening us with your wisdom. Thank you. Thank you. Now we will go to temple. Today's Aarti by Patitipavan Prabhu and family. Haribol Gurwani and Nimai. You're on mute. Nice to see you, Gurwani and Nimai. Please glorify our Satchinandan Nitai Chand.
Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chanda.
नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टदिव्यांगे श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टदिव्यांगे श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टदिव्यांगे भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत दादर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण को पूर्ण श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति तुलसी महारानी की जय। प्यारे सचन निताय चांद के जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय। राधा मदन मोहन राधा गोकुल नंद सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। राधा माधव की जय। गिरिराज महाराज की जय। मधुसूदन महाराज की जय। मानिमा महाराज की जय। संडे प्रोग्राम की जय। इस्कॉन कोवेंट्री की जय। गोस्वामी वृंदावन से गुरु परंपरा की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। What is our Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Chal Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Patitapaan Prabhu, Kasturi, Guruvani, and Nimai for singing the Aarti. Nimai, you played very well, the Mridanga. So fast you playing. Thank you. Now we'll sing Narsinga prayers for the speedy recovery of His Grace Pankajangi Prabhu and His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj and care team and other devotees in Mayapur and all the people suffering all over the Bharat. And also for Premanjari Mataji, Shraddha Devi Mataji, Vinod Manjari's father, Prem Malan, Shalu Mehta, Raju Prabhu and family, Bibugor Prabhu, and my brother Shalpati Rao. And we also pray for departed souls, Jeevan Vadkul, Vidhu Prabhu's father, Mahesh of S. Delhi. His 60 years mother passed away recently. I request Pushpa Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरि बोल।
धन्यवाद प्रणाम। कैसे माताजी, बहुत दिन हो गए आपको देखकर।
वो तो मैंने भी बहुत देर से मिस किया है आप लोगों को।
ओके माताजी, आप नरसिम्हा प्रेयर्स गाइए माताजी।
चलो जी। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादिलायाने हिरण्याकाशी पूर्वक्षः शीलकनकानिकालाय तो नरसिंहो हरितो नरसिंहो यतो यानितो नरसिंहो बाहे नरसिंहो इदाहे नरसिंहो नरसिंहमदीन शरणं प्रपद्ये अब कर कमल भरे नाकाम सिंहायां दल हिरण्यकशिपु तनुविंदां केशवदेता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। जया नरसिंह देव जया नरसिंह देव नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज नित्य गोरा हरि बो हरि बो हरि बो। नित्य नरसिंह भगवान की जय। भक्तों के रक्षक नरसिंह भगवान की जय। आप कैमरा ऑन कर बेटा।
Thank you very much Mataji, nice to see you. Now we are end of the program and the announcements. We're doing every evening 7:30 Aarti and we either reading some book, like we read Ramayana, and other our Japa session going on. We're doing few rounds. Please join us every day at 7:30, and Saturdays we're doing book club. Thank you very much for joining us today. Please stay safe, home, and stay safe. Hare Krishna.
Ayodhyavasi Ram, Ram Ram, Dashratha Nandana Ram.